So this is Arthur again. Today I have a 2008 BMW 550i E60 model. This one has the 4.8 liter V8. It has around 119,000 miles or so. And this car came here because it's having a difficulty starting. It either doesn't start for 4 or 5 times, or it starts, it will have a really rough idle, it will die off, or it will smoke, and it has numerous of issues with starting and running. When it's running, it's idle, it's erratic, and it doesn't run well. I did scan it, and it does give crankshaft position sensor codes 2B5C, 2B5D. I'll leave the codes in the title and in the description exactly. So uh, what happened is he had the code and he took it to somewhere. They replaced the crank position sensor, and it didn't really resolve the problem. It did. He said it got a little bit better, but it hasn't really resolved the problem. They did look at the pins, and they were oily. They cleaned them up and they put them in. That's what he said, as this car has some oil leaks. So I did scan, and that's the codes I got as well. And I did look around at a few things. I looked at the DME and a few other places I'll show you. And then this is what I did next. So let me show you. Okay, I did have the ECU out, the DME. I wanted to make sure all these connectors are clean. Sometimes water can get in here and mess up the ECU, and you'll get codes for cranks sensor or whatnot. Or what also can happen is, if oil leak is under the car, there's an oil leak, you'll get in a sensor wire. It'll travel all the way up to the DME, and you will start shorting here, and you'll get codes. But actually everything was clear. The DME is right here in the back. I did disconnect all these and take it off and look at it, and everything was clean. So that's why next I looked at the sensor itself. Okay, I'm under the car. I removed the black cover on the bottom, as well as the plate that is held by 5 16mm bolts. Now we're going to look at the crankshaft position sensor, which is here, and it is new, it's been replaced, but it is still giving codes for it. And we're going to see the wiring, and as well as maybe the sensor is faulty. Sometimes it happens, the new sensor is faulty. There is a lot of oil leak around this area, so it's possibly that this connector has oil in there, but the previous owner said that they actually cleaned it up. But there also is a possibility this wiring is not good over here, so we're going to try to take a look at it right now. Okay, my microphone stopped working over here, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove the sensor. It does take a 5mm Allen bolt on it. I'm gonna grab the tool and remove the sensor and check it out. Just by looking at the sensor, I noticed that it kind of is not seated very well in place. It was a little bit off to the side. It was just installed at some shop here in Orange County. I'm not sure which one. Just by looking at the O-ring, you can tell it's pretty pinched up, and I don't remember exactly if this sensor actually even takes an O-ring or no. Just by fitting with this O-ring, it feels like it's not sitting in place very well. So I'm gonna give it a try and remove the O-ring and fit it into the bell housing without it, and see how it feels. Now put it in the sensor, and it right away it feels like it's fitting so much better. And I'm gonna go ahead and take it out again and look at the brand, make sure it's like an OE brand or OEM one, as a lot of times, you know, if you put like cheap Chinese or some other aftermarket parts, they don't work very well. This one is a Brame, which is a OE brand, and as long as it's working, it should be working pretty good. So I put it back and I put the bolt back in there. It's pretty simple on these cars to put this in and out, so it's makes it better. On some cars it's pretty difficult to access. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go start. Okay, now I'm gonna try to start it with the O-ring off. I don't know if it's gonna make any difference or not, but from looking at it, it looked like it wasn't fitted well. Wow, started right up. Before it wouldn't start, like you would crank, 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 or you would do a rough running. Now it runs. RPMs are a little low, but it starts and it runs pretty smooth. It might be cold, that's why the RPMs might be a little bit lower than usual. Let's check the codes. I was getting a permanent crank position code previously, and if the sensor wasn't sitting where it's supposed to be, it wouldn't be working properly. Right now it runs really good actually, which it never did before. It's very kind of surprising, but looking at the way that O-ring was, I don't think that's the right O-ring for that sensor. It wasn't seated well. Now let's see. We go to diagnostics. Well, sure runs better. It never ran this good before. Okay, and the mic died again. So now I was only getting a code in a transmission which was absent, and that was causing the check engine light, and I cleared it at this point, and then it didn't come back anymore. So this one was a short video, but actually it worked out really well. I wasn't expecting it to be so easy technically. Well, not easy. I did look some other stuff up too. I did check a few other things before I got to the point, but luckily for the owner, the problem was basically, it was no problem. It was just wasn't installed correctly, the part. So it's running good now, and this car also has some oil leaks. I'm gonna see if the owner wants to address those, and then I have to do that too at some point, now or later. We'll see about that. All right, thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. There are more videos to come.